Are you serious?
Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board to order. I'd like to start with a pledge to our flag. I'd like to ask Reed Walker to please come up and lead us to pledge and the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Hoagland.
Here.
Trustee Morales.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here. Next, have the minutes of the regular meeting of of May 22nd. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Watts, seconded trustee Lawler. Questions, comments, corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Next, we have the approval agenda. Mr. Bowen,
There are no additions or corrections this evening.
is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Zarate, seconded trustee Morales. Any other comment? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved. Appointments this evening. At this time, I'd like to take a moment. A couple of weeks ago, the chair of the Bolingbrook Police and Fire Board, a friend of mine for probably 30 years, who served well as a member of the Police and Fire Board, and in the last several years as chair of the Police and Fire Board, Barbara Provo, passed away from an ongoing fight with heart issues. She died with her family on the East Coast, and there's a service scheduled for sometime later in June. That will be, I know the dates, but I'm not going to say anything about the date just now because it may change. And I'm sure it'll be publicized and probably on Facebook as we get closer to that. But she did a yeoman's job as chair, was very well respected. I don't think she stood 5 foot tall, but when she spoke, people listened. There's some members of the Police and Fire Board here this evening who know that well. She was an excellent chair. She was very well organized. And as I've told people, the Police and Fire Board is a very difficult position. It's not just like a meeting once or twice a month. They meet, by state law, they interview applicants for the police department and the fire department when the lists expire, which they do every 2 years. They collect the applications, which is often 150, 200 people. They process those applications. They provide a test for those people as dictated by, again, state statute and board policy. They evaluate the tests. They then do the physical agility. Then they do schedule interviews. And the process takes hours and hours and hours. So she was chair of that, made sure it got done, and will be missed because she was just one very nice, gracious lady. So with that, I'd like to have a moment of silence in the memory of Barbara Provo. Thank you. And as we must move forward, and the Police and Fire Board position is a very important one in this village. And again, to remind people, the Police and Fire Board does all those things in the hiring, disciplining, and firing of police officers. They're an independent group. Their duties are controlled by the 7-member board, and they work in conjunction with the police and fire departments. And Barbara was chair, and I've asked, and he's accepted Major Jones to move up as chair, Gretchen Schroeder to move up as vice chair, and a new member, Kevin Johnson, who could not be here tonight, traveling on business, but he will be sworn in later. Kevin is a longtime member of the Lions Club, past president, and if you've ever heard him sing, he does an excellent job of singing the national anthem, and will be singing this year at the 4th of July fireworks at the golf club at dusk prior to the fireworks show. So I'm asking for those appointments and reappointments, and also in the Plan Commission, a new appointment, Lawrence Cooper. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion Hoagland, seconded Lawler. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The appointments are approved. Reports of officers. Brad, would you like to join me? Every year for Flag Day, I ask a veteran or somebody that's demonstrated a tremendous amount of loyalty to our country to lead us or to accept the Flag Day proclamation. Recently I had the opportunity to meet Brad Walker, a resident since 2015, and in conversation he mentioned he was a 6-year veteran of the United States Navy. So I called Brad to see if he would accept a proclamation. He's graciously accepted to do so and will be in a moment. But to tell you a bit about Brad Walker, he joined the U.S. Navy in August of 1998 from Country Club Hills. Served as electronics technician, petty officer to 2004. He served honorably aboard the USS Sides, FFG-14, a guided missile frigate. That has to be a little unnerving, hearing guided missiles. He was there in support of Operation Enduring Freedom and Cooperation Readiness afloat. Petty Officer Walker has accumulated more than 500 days in theater in support of various military activities. He has received the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal for superior performance. He received numerous letters of commendation from the Fleet Admiral for his work in Project Handclasp and was endorsed by Officer Candidate School by State Senator Debbie Halverson, being in the south suburbs. Brad and his wife Kelsey and their son Reed have lived in Bolingbrook since 2015. So, I'll read the proclamation. Whereas by an act of Congress of the United States dated June 14, 1777, the first official flag of the United States was adopted, and again by act of Congress dated August 3, 1949, June 14th of each year was designated National Flag Day. And whereas the Congress has requested the President to issue annually a proclamation designating the week in which June 14th occurs as National Flag Week, whereas on December 8, 1982, the National Flag Foundation was chartered to conduct educational programs and to encourage all Americans to pause for the pledge as part of the National Flag Day ceremonies. And whereas Flag Day celebrates our nation's symbol of unity, a democracy, and a republic, it stands for our country's devotion to freedom, to the rule of all, and to the equal rights of all. Now, therefore, I, Roger C. Clare, Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, will and DuPage County, Illinois, to hereby proclaim June 14, 2018 as Flag Day in the Village of Bolingbrook, and urge all citizens to pause on this day for the 39th annual pause for the Pledge of Allegiance and recite with all Americans the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag and nation. Again, accepting Brad Walker. Brad?
First of all, I would like to thank Mayor Clare for honoring me with accepting this proclamation, honoring my family. The flag, as a veteran, holds great significance and great meaning. The journey to loving the flag is one that generations of Americans before myself have all undertaken. From being a small boy, growing up in the 1980s, to saying the Pledge of Allegiance to some starred flag hanging up in the corner, starting your day, to when you join the military and you see the flag everywhere. It's on your uniforms, it's on your ship. Every day, all the cars at 8 a.m. stop. Every person doing their activities throughout their day, stop and salute the flag while the national anthem plays. That's like 3 minutes of standing there like this. It was a means of marking the time. This is how we spent our day. It started when the flag went up, and it ended when the flag went down. Then September 11th happened. The flag at that point took on a radically different meaning, as it has for the generation before me that experienced the Vietnam conflict, the generation before them that experienced Korea, the generation before them that experienced World War II, and the generation before them that experienced World War I. My generation was lucky. We had the greatest peace since the Reformation after the Civil War. So September 11th changed all of that. And we're all very familiar with the iconic images of coffins with flags on them, or crying wives at husbands' graves with flags on them, or even the iconic picture of the firefighters raising the flag at the World Trade Center. That's not what changed. the flag for me. What changed the flag was when September 11th happened, my ship was guarding the coastline, just like all the other ships, watching the sky, looking for planes, waiting for the next attack. So when I came back to shore, I wasn't greeted with the immediate response of fear, tears, and sadness. I was greeted with a sea of flags. Every shop, every store, every house had a flag on it. Every truck that drove by had a flag on it. And that's when the flag became supremely valuable to me, because there's no other symbol in America that does not distinguish whether you're rich or poor, or Democrat or Republican, East Coaster or Left Coaster, Midwesterner. There's no distinction in the flag. Every single American has contributed to that flag and to that flag's meaning. It unites us in a way that no other symbol in this country can unite us. And it unites us across generations since the 1700s. So we have this flag for our military victories, our Olympic triumphs, and also our sadnesses and hard times. And it's true now and in those times as it was when Francis Scott Key wrote the national anthem, that our flag was, is, and will continue to always be there. So on this Flag Day, please take a moment to pause and look at the flag in a light of good times and bads, triumphs and defeats, but most of all, look at it as Americans. That is your flag. Thank you.
Bradley said, you know, I'm not much of a public speaker. And I said, hey, you're a veteran. Speak from your heart. Speak with passion. Wow. You hit a home run.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So here. Okay. Okay. Wow. I've heard a lot of Flag Day acceptances, but that's right there at the top. And he was doing that with no script.
Yeah.
So, very impressive. I'd like to ask Major Jones, Gretchen Schroeder, and Kevin Johnson, well, Kevin can't be here, Major Jones and Gretchen Schroeder to join me for their swearing into their new assignments on the Police and Fire Board. Kevin, by the way, is an employee of Aon, where he's the Chief Operating Officer. Been a resident, been resident for 35 plus years. DeVry University Bachelor of Science in Telecommunications. Again, past president of Lions Club, and a wonderful man, and I'm sure you'll be seeing more of him as chairman. And again, if you're at the 4th of July, you'll hear him singing the national anthem. And again, he does an outstanding job with that. So, I state your name.
I, Major Jones,
Would you solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
I will, oh man, I'm drawing a blank.
Faithfully.
I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as chair and vice chair
as chair
of the Bolingbrook Police and Fire Board,
of the Bolingbrook Police and Fire Board,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
How'd that happen? Okay, thank you again. Next, I'd like to ask Lawrence Cooper to please join me. Lawrence Cooper is a 23-year resident. Says he's semi-retired, but he's certainly involved in the community. And this Saturday, you're chairing the Juneteenth event. Before I swear you, you'll make a little announcement about that. Maybe invite people that may not have heard about it.
Well, what I can tell you what Juneteenth is, it deals with the approximation for the when slavery ended, and it took Texas approximately 2 years. So the saying of when one enslaved, all enslaved. So that's where Juneteenth comes from. It has to do with June and the 19th of June. So they combine the two, Juneteenth. And it is celebrated here in Bolingbrook. We're doing it as a community festival. So everyone's invited. It's just to celebrate the African American Independence Day, as we call it.
And how long have you been doing this?
This is our 4th year. This is our 4th year. It starts at 12 o'clock on Saturday.
And who started this idea?
I did.
No. Well, I know it's a lot of time.
I started it in Bolingbrook. It's a national holiday, so it's been started, it's celebrated around the world. But I brought it to Bolingbrook. I thought it was great. Since we had such a diverse community, it was something else to add to it.
We appreciate it. My anniversary happens to be on Flag Day, so I won't be traveling out of town on Flag Day, which means I won't be here for Juneteenth, but I wish you well. And again, Lawrence is anxious to get involved, the Planning Commission, and former business owner in town, but certainly several properties here in town. So at this time, would you raise your right hand, please? I state your name.
I, Lawrence Cooper,
You solemnly swear
solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
withhold the Constitution of the United States,
uphold the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
uphold the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
and the municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a member of the Planning Commission
as a member of the Planning
to
Commission
the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner prescribed by law.
There's your official certificate. Your book. See that? You good to go?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Next, we have bill approval. Exhibit A, $907,731.09. Exhibit B, $1,963,544.34. A total of $2,871,275.43. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion trustee Zazowitz, seconded trustee Watts. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Our first motion this evening is to ratify the mayor's acceptance of the Americana lot sales contract for 3 lots in Americana Estates totaling $260,000. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Lawler. This motion ratifies the acceptance of sales contract for 3 lots in Americana Estates. The contract is for $260,000 for lots 48, $90,000, 49, $85,000, and lot 50, $85,000. The gentleman that purchased these is one for a family member, and 2 of the lots he's going to combine and build one home that's going to be a very, very nice home. I won't tell the amount, it's his business, but it's going to be, may well be the most expensive house in Bolingbrook. What time's the show?
Where's the popcorn? Yeah, we need popcorn too.
Anyway, the prices were previously approved by the board and directing the sales of real estate owned by the village. Questions?
Just a quick one, the funds from these sales, so the residents know, those are being put back into the general fund, or how are they being used?
It'll be set aside for debt service.
Okay.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
First resolution seeking approving a proposal from Xfinity Solutions LLC for service and maintenance of microwave radio and MPLS network. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Zarate, second trustee Hoagland. This resolution approves an annual maintenance agreement with Microwave System for the village's point-to-point microwave communication system between the town center Westcom, which is their 911 organization, and all 5 fire stations. The cost is $30,444, which is the budgeted amount. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The next resolution is approving ComEd work for relocation of overhead electric facilities on Rodeo Drive between Dalton Lane and Kings Road. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second of trustee Watts. This resolution approves an agreement with ComEd to remove and underground the overhead electric lines along the south side of Rodeo Drive from Dalton Lane to Kings Road. This relocation needs to be done for the widening of Rodeo Drive to 4 lanes. The cost is estimated to be $660,000. While the village must initiate the undergrounding contract as part of a public road project, the cost will be reimbursed to the village by Northern Builders, who owns the land south of Rodeo Drive in that area. While I mentioned that, I want to mention again, Andy's Custard is building at the corner of 53 and Boughton, next to Portillo's. And they've had a sign up for quite some time. There were some issues in negotiating the contract. There were some issues in the building. And the issue right now is they've put an order in to relocate that large green utility box that's in the center of the lot. And ComEd did not get the notice in a timely manner. And they're saying it could be as much as 9 or 10 more weeks before the box gets relocated. It's not as simply as unplugging it, moving it. There are several businesses involved. ComEd has to do the engineering to redesign that intersection for electrical service. And that just takes time, and of course, during the construction season in Chicago, they have an in-basket full of projects to do. We met with them in our office this week, last week, and kind of begged them, didn't we? But that's the only thing holding up is relocating the electrical box. Anyway, back to the issue at hand with the undergrounding. Again, this is being reimbursed 100% by Northern Builders, the purchaser of the land.
Is there Lucas, I'm sorry, quick question. I don't recall, do we have to shut down any of the lanes when they're doing that, where they're doing the construction?
There'll be barricades up, but for the most part, traffic will be open. You might have a minute or two where you have a construction vehicle coming in and out.
And what's usually the timeline on something like this?
It can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to build.
Yeah, for those of you that have driven Rodeo Drive, which I assume most of you have, as you head west on Rodeo Drive, it narrows to 2 lanes, and it's the northern 2 lanes, if you will, in front of the fire station. And if you look to your left, there's a grassy median with streetlights in it and trees. That will be the median. The 2 lanes we're widening to are on the other side of that. So for the most part, it'll be out of traffic. But there may be occasions construction work will have to cross the road and so forth. And I might as well continue. If you get to King Road, you'll notice the lane curves and goes to the south 2 lanes. Eventually, that will be widened to 4, and the 2 lanes will be on the north side of that. The reason we didn't make it 4 lanes in the first place is because the Kelly Farm that owned the property that we're talking about tonight would not give us the right-of-way, and I refused to pay for it. So Northern Builders is not only relocating the cost of the relocation, but they're donating the land. Kelly would not donate. And the same is true as you go west of Rodeo Drive, King Road. The Bronx, who own the property in north across the street from the golf course, would not give us the land for the right-of-way to make Rodeo 4 lanes. And again, I didn't want to pay for it. And now, eventually, that'll be done, and whoever buys the Bronx Farm will donate that.
This will be happening though in the next 3 to 4 weeks. I guess when I'm looking at after the 4th of July, probably, this construction.
Yeah, it's going to take ComEd a bit to relocate the utilities. It's going to be tight for the winter project. It just may kick over into the spring, which is unfortunate, but when you're dealing with utilities, that's what you have to do. And in this case, we should have initiated this request sooner, but it didn't get to ComEd, didn't get to us in time to get to the ComEd in time, but it will get done. Any questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
The next resolution is accepting public improvements, Harrington Estates subdivision Phase 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B. Cal Atlantic Group, Inc. is the applicant. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Lawler. Harrington Estates, located on West Hassert Boulevard, consisting of 80 acres, was improved with 204 homes. Previously, the village accepted 1A, 104 homes. This resolution accepts a bill of sale from Cal Atlantic Group for the public improvements associated with the remaining 100 homes. Again, 1B, C, 2A, 2B. The bill of sale includes the public improvements. Those are the streets, sidewalks, water and sewer lines, parkways, etc., that were put in the subdivision by the developer, and when the project's completed, they deed them to us. We have inspected them. They meet our codes. There are some replacement parkway trees that will have to be planted this fall because the trees have, what, a 1-year warranty, Lucas?
Yes, all improvements will have a 1-year warranty.
So they have a 1-year warranty, put them in. If they fail during that first year, they're required to go ahead and replace them. This is a standard thing we've done with every subdivision, to my knowledge, in the history of the village. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Ordinance this evening, approving a prevailing wage ordinance. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Priestley. Did you say
Second.
Maria?
Wasn't that Maria?
No,
I
yeah.
thought it.
Well, two has said it at the same
Okay.
time, so.
All right, trustee Zarate. This ordinance accepts the 2018 prevailing wage schedule. All units of local government is required by the state of Illinois to adopt an ordinance regulating wages for any public works, capital improvements, and construction projects. The minimum wage schedule is provided on a county-by-county basis by the Illinois Department of Labor. While the village is required to pass the ordinance by the State Department of Labor, they have not provided the 2018 figures yet, so the 2017 hourly wage rate is included. So in other words, every county and state, 102 of them, there's a prevailing wage rate put together in that county, and the state of Illinois General Assembly and the governor signed into law years ago that we must adopt that for any public works project we have. So basically, it's union scale. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Our last ordinance, approving an agreement for use of a public way and telecommunication provider fees, MCL Metro Access Transmission Services Corp., doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services, is the applicant. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Hoagland. This ordinance approves the franchise agreement with MCL Metro Access Transmission Services Corp., Verizon, that authorizes the company to use the village's right-of-ways for installation of fiber optic cable. The village has similar agreements with other utilities and cable providers. The agreement covers permitting, restoration, and taxes, as long as a photo/data service is all that is provided. Then the Simplified Telecommunication Fee Act applies. If this company starts to provide video subscription services or cable television programming, an additional fee will be negotiated. Questions? By the way, T-Mobile in the back of Village Hall on top of the hill is building a cell tower that's going to be disguised as a flagpole. And the construction hopefully will be done very soon. They had a couple of delays, but the flagpole is under construction, so if you see work back there, is what it is. It'll be a 130-foot flagpole. It will be lit by night, and it's being 100% paid for by T-Mobile, and I think will be a great addition to our town center, visible for some distance around the area. Nick, have a roll call yet?
No.
You mentioned something during the Philippine event.
Let's do this first, we'll come
Okay,
back there.
all right.
On this motion, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I was just going to say, you mentioned something during the Philippine event, whereas next year, you know, it would having that flagpole, they'll give us the opportunity to actually fly the Philippine event during the event. Same with the Pakistan event, so forth and so on. So I think that's a pretty neat feature that will bring to the community.
Well, it will. I mean, we'll have to work out is that the American flag's going to be like 28 feet by 16 or something dimension like that, and a 3x5 flag below it will be hard to see. So we may look on a method to get a larger flag for Pakistani Day, the Day of the Immigrant, Filipino Day, so on and so forth, to fly during those occasions. But yes, that will be a nice addition to those celebrations. All right, that concludes our business. Questions from the audience or press? Trustee comments, reports. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. The Beautification Commission will house judging for Landscape Excellent Awards on June 22nd through June 24th, July 20th through July 22nd. Please make sure your house numbers are clearly visible. And also, the 15th anniversary of the golf outing and Christmas in July gala dinner for Hardhaven Outreach, also known as H2O, is a program serving our village with mentoring, tutoring, support groups, recreational and character education programs, all at no cost to the teens and their families. H2O will be having their 15th anniversary of their golf outing and Christmas in July gala dinner on July 12th, 2018 at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Early bird prices are $135 golf and dinner, or $45 for dinner only, are good through Tuesday, June 12th. So buy your tickets now. There is a deadline, and the deadline is today. So I will give you the website, but it ends today at 12 o'clock. So we encourage everybody, if you want to get the best price, I advise you to call, register tonight. So buy your tickets now. If you miss the early bird deadline, tickets will be available online through July 6th. This event is H2O's biggest fundraiser of the year and has made it possible for them to give the gift of hope to nearly 3,000 struggling teens in need over the past 15 years. Please support their program by coming out to this event. To register, you can visit www.hardhavenoutreach.org or call 630-226-8403. And I also would like to say, Barb is going to be missed. She was a wonderful person. She loved what she did, and she loved Bolingbrook, and she's truly going to be missed. And I would like to wish all of the fathers a happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to congratulate all of our Muslim friends on the end of Ramadan. Prayer services will be held this Friday at the mosque in Bolingbrook on Veterans Parkway. Ramadan, for those of you who don't know, it is a period of 29 to 30 days where Muslims will fast and reflect on their lives and improvements that they can make. It's one of the 5 pillars of the Muslim religion, and friends of mine that I've seen participate in this, it's a very intense, but they find it a very rewarding period that's done every year for them and helps them live better lives. So congratulations to the Muslim community. This Monday night, there's an event for the Bolingbrook Lions Club, of which Mayor Claire and I are members, and they're having their officers installation dinner, but they also give out awards. It is open to folks who are not members of the Lions Club, but that'll be held at the Levy Center. And there's information up on Channel 6 and on the website regarding this. And you can go to the Bolingbrook Lions website and then get some more information. And lastly, concert season started last Wednesday and Thursday, so Wednesday nights behind Village Hall at the Performing Arts Center, and Thursday at the Promenade. Promenade has farmers market, so check the websites for the lineup and come out and enjoy the community. These are all free to the community. So that's it. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Would like to extend my condolences again to Barb's family. She will certainly be missed. I'd like to extend congratulations to Gretchen and Major for their promotions on the Police and Fire Commission, and Lawrence Cooper for his swearing in to the Plan Commission. We've got 3 different announcements this evening, starting with the Bolingbrook Park District presents movie nights. 3 separate dates here. Thursday, June 21st, the movie Sandlot, which will take place at the Performing Arts Center behind Village Hall. We have Thursday, July 19th, Ferdinand, Immediate Health Adventist Medical Center is where that one will take place at 500 Remington Boulevard. Monday, July 30th, Coco will be filmed at Bulldog Park, 351 Blair Lane. It's child care seat check time, always an important thing that the police and fire do for our community. It's Wednesday, June 20th from 9 to noon, taking place at 300 West Briarcliff at the Fountaindale Library. So if you need to have your car seats checked, or you know someone that does, please share that information. And finally, just to reiterate what Lawrence Cooper mentioned about Juneteenth, that takes place Saturday, June 16th, this coming Saturday, 12 noon to 10 p.m. Please come out. All are welcome. It's a great family event. Some of the featured guests are DJ Ice Culpepper, Maze Jackson, and Leroy Hicks. You have DJ Ray Jones, Dance Force, and a Victory Cathedral Choir, and a host of other performers. There's vendors, games and prizes, good music and more. They ask that you bring your chairs, your tents, coolers, and make a day of it with friends and family. So that concludes my announcements. Thank you.
Thank you. I have 2 announcements. First one is Bolingbrook 34th Annual Village Picnic that will take place June 24th, 2018. Local community organizations will be serving corn, soda, chips, funnel cakes, brats, hamburgers, snow cones, water, beer, and much more. The events of the day will be fishing derby starting at 5:30 in the morning through 11:30, bingo at 12:30 from 5:30, free hot dog eating contest at 12:40, stage entertainment from 1:20 through 6 o'clock, and the free egg toss contest at 2 o'clock. The free notes big band on stage at 5 o'clock, and free hot dogs. Lots of hot dogs. Please come out and enjoy. It's an amazing day. I have my second one is the 2nd annual Pet Parade at the Bolingbrook Promenade, Friday, June 29th at 6 o'clock. Show off your pet's amazing talents. $5 registration fee, donations per pet. Pre-register is required, space is limited. For additional information, contact 630-296-8350. They had a contest going on Facebook for everyone to vote for the Grand Marshal. And Olivia won. She will be the Grand Marshal for the Pet Parade this year. Congratulations. That's all I have. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Quick announcement, the 4th of July is coming up, and of course, as in years past, the All-American celebration will be held at the Bolingbrook Golf Club, 4th of July, Wednesday. Starts off at 3 p.m. This is a free admission event. Unlike some other events at our neighbors to the north have a very large event as well, but they charge. Also free parking. Free parking. So we just ask that you be patient because a lot of people attend. This is attended by thousands of people. It's grown every year, and for the right reasons. It's just a wonderful event. So come on out the 4th of July to the golf club. You can get more information at 630-771-9400. That's 771-9400. Bands this year will be the Boy Band and Aura, who have done a great job in the past. There is a buffet you can ask about from 4 to 7. And then the national anthem at 9:25, and the fireworks display that lasts, I forget now, is it 35 minutes or so? It's huge and it's wonderful. So come on out to the...
It's actually 31 minutes.
31 minutes.
Not that I'm checking.
And it's at, again, at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. You've seen it, right? It's a little place we have here in town. It's become quite the destination place. Also, this past weekend, we had the opportunity to attend the Beat Baseball event here in town. The Lions Club and the Park District do a great job. We give these athletes a lot of credit for what they do. They were delayed with rain, but the games did get in, and they did a wonderful job. Also on that same day, we were able to visit and be at the opening of the Fiesta Pinoy, the Filipino event, here at Village Grounds, and again, also another event that's attended by thousands of people. We've become quite the destination town, I think, for a lot of events. Also, another event that happened a few weeks ago, the air show at Clow Airport. We estimate that there was about 27,000 people that attended. 27,000 people visiting our town, or maybe living in town and visiting our town, just to come see the air show at Clow Airport. I got a lot of comments from neighbors and people that were having graduation parties over that weekend, and they appreciated the free air show that they got in addition to the graduation party. A lot of people visiting from out of town that got to see that as well. So nice job, Bolingbrook. That's all I have. Thank you.
This Friday, June 15th, the food trucks are back at Wayland Lake. Apparently, this is the second year for this, from 4:30 to 7. It'll be, I'm believing it's going to be repetitive. The food trucks are back for their second season. They will be there with a variety of foods and a variety of food trucks. This Friday is Ofrenda food truck, Brother George's Barbecue, and Nothing Bunkates. The Nothing Bunkates are going to be donating a portion of their proceeds back to the Nature Foundation of Will County. The Forest Preserve staff will be on site to give out information, provide binoculars, and so on. So from 4:30 to 7, if you're looking for a place to go eat, go to Wayland Lake. It's over off of Royce Road, and you can enjoy yourself. And I just want to give a shout out to Brad Walker, who was our opening speaker today. This last Sunday, we celebrated Bolingbrook Pride Puppies and Picnic event, and this all started out because Brad took the initiative to, well, I'm not even sure he thought it was going to go this far, but he made a comment, and I believe it was on Bolingbrook Friends Facebook page that our village clerk is one of the monitors on, and he just talked about LGBTQ community, and he got a lot of feedback. And he took it from there, formed a group, formed an organization, went to the Arts Council for their approval, and eventually set up an event during Pride Month, which is the month of June. And we had over 300 people show up, not knowing how the attendance would be because the weather was so bad, the rain was predicted, and so on. But this is all on Brad's shoulders. Brad, you did a great job, and congratulations for getting this off the ground. And I look forward to many more things coming out from you and your family. So congratulations. Thank you.
I forgot to mention, earlier today, there was a press conference co-chaired by the Bolingbrook Park District and the Department of Children and Family Services at the Pelican Harbor Pool to talk about the importance of water safety and the problems with young people and, well, lots of people. There's like 10 a month drought in the state of Illinois or across the country from different incidences. And there were several comments about what needs to be done to make sure your children or you're safe yourself, the buddy system, etc. Anyway, it was Channel 7 was there, and it was on the Channel 7 News tonight. If you see it, that was filmed this morning. I was invited to be there and enjoyed the presentation. And if somebody would like to see a copy of it, I was sent a clip of it from Ron Oestreich, the director of the Park District. And to mention the 4th of July, accompanying the 4th of July is music. We broadcast music throughout the grounds. And we got away from it a little bit the last couple of years, but I reimposed some of my favorites, if you will. The first song, it lead off with Kate Smith singing God Bless America, the original version and probably the classic version of God Bless America. We then go into John Philip Sousa with Anchors Away, the Marine Corps hymn, the U.S. Air Force song, and the U.S. Army, the caissons go rolling along, then into the U.S. Coast Guard. We then go to Barry Sadler with the Ballad of the Green Beret in honor of Deputy Mayor and Trustee Leroy Brown, who passed this last year. It was a Green Beret. We then Ray Charles, America the Beautiful, following by Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World. And then the end will be John Philip Sousa, Stars and Stripes Forever. And along with that is a fabulous fireworks show, so if you can't get excited about that, I guess you just can't get excited. And lastly, you know, I read Facebook like everybody, and frankly, some of it's informative, some of it's not so much, some of it's kind of disgusting. I noticed just in the last 24 hours, some of the chronic complainers were complaining that the media doesn't cover things, and they need to cover more objects. I would agree with that. I would agree with that, particularly if they would cover the positive things that go on. Again, some of the chronic complainers suggest that all these trustee comments are a waste of time. Why do the trustees do that? Well, first of all, there's a trustee comment section. The trustees are duly elected to make whatever comment they might, be it 30 seconds or, I guess in the record said a few months ago, 15 or 20 minutes. But point is, they're duly elected to do that. And they do that because most of these events up here, you will not see in a newspaper, because if it doesn't bleed, it doesn't read. And the papers don't cover these events. They're put on by non-for-profits, volunteers in the community, and they take the opportunity to let the people know through the television. And all I can say to those people who think it's a waste of time, there's no official business conducted following these comments. So when we get to trustee comments, turn off. You don't have to listen. Move on. But I will support the right for these people and myself to talk about local community events that are positive, volunteer things to raise money for great causes. I will defend that and promote that as long as I'm sitting in this chair. So with that, just bear with it and enjoy it. We have no executive session tonight, so a motion adjourns in order. Is there a
So
motion?
moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Bravo, second trustee Watts. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We stand adjourned.